Good morning, Grandma family. It's your man, Grandma J here, coming at y'all with this video. I honestly suggest that you all stick around from the beginning to the end, even if it is like a 10-minute video. If you are not good with listening to videos, wait until your drive shift and listen to this video, because I do have some important things to talk about. But I do want to give y'all an update on the load that I had issues with yesterday that I did the rant video on. I did not get unloaded until 11:30 p.m. I did end up having to wait until 1700 to deliver my load. So I racked up the tension on that. And the reason why I'm giving y'all an update on this particular load here is because as a driver out here, you cannot be shy about asking about your money. Like, you cannot be shy whatsoever. Don't wait to see if you're gonna get it. Don't see what they gonna say. In this industry here, if you don't know about it and you don't ask about it, you don't get it. So I ended up sitting on the side of the road from 6 o'clock in the morning until pretty much 4:30 p.m. I didn't really get much sleep at all because the truck was just getting rocked back and forth by trucks that was flying by. I was in the middle of the city with nowhere to stay, so I had to stay on the side of the road until my appointment time. So that really sucked. But I hit up dispatch and I said, am I getting paid extra for this screw up? And my dispatcher contacted me back. She told me, yeah, I'll qualify for detention. Just make sure I put the stamp on my paperwork, which is why it's important to make sure that you do your arrival at your customer. Don't forget to do your arrival at your customer. That's the only proof you have to be able to get your detention pay. So that's one qualifying thing. The second qualifying thing is you cannot be late. Being late, even if you're only a little bit late, really disqualifies you for detention pay. Even though I do believe that there should be like some type of grace period or some type of exception for someone that was late because of something to do with the shipper. So, or a receiver if you have a multi-drop load. So that's thing number 2. Always ask about your money. Don't be afraid to ask about your money. We out here to do a job. They not afraid to take away money from us if we owe them. So we need to get paid what's due to us. And don't be passive about it. You got to be really aggressive about it. Don't get your settlements and look at how much you made and just keep it moving. No, screen your settlement. Look at whether there's any discrepancies between the miles that was in your load assignment and the miles that you supposed to got paid. Speak up to dispatch if there's a huge ass discrepancy between the loaded miles and how many miles that you actually did, because this Prime pays by, I think, hub miles. I can't remember. No, zip code to zip code. Prime pays zip code to zip code. They do not pay practical miles. So you're getting scammed, not scammed, but you're losing out on some pay already. So make sure you speak up. If it's a big ass gap, like 100 miles or something like that, even 50 miles, just say something to them about it. Sometimes they'll fix it, sometimes they won't, but it's better to speak up and not be, oh, I don't think they're gonna fix it anyway. You know, you gotta speak up for that. Like I said, screen your pay stubs and make sure you're getting paid for every single thing. Make sure you're getting reimbursed for every single thing. A lot of the times with detention pay, you do have to wait 6 to 8 weeks depending on the customer. Some customers do pay detention immediately, but after like an 8-week period, if you still haven't gotten paid detention pay, call up payroll, bring up the trip, tell them you haven't got paid detention pay, what's going on. A lot of the times they'll explain to you that maybe it's still pending or whatever the case may be. So that's another tip I want to throw out there for y'all. New drivers, older drivers with experience already know to do this, I hope, at least. Another thing on top of that is, if you are interested in becoming a team with this company, I'm not sure about other companies, but this company here, there's only one lead seat driver. No matter if y'all both are A seats or not, there's only one lead seat driver. So usually when they pull up the truck, the lead seat driver is the one that comes up. In my case, because I left Prime and came back, Eli is the lead seat driver because he's still here. So it's pretty much like I don't want to say it's a seniority thing, but it's something similar, the best way I can explain it. So whenever they pull up the truck, Eli comes up. He's the first person they call when it's an issue, even when I'm the one on duty. Whenever there's card loads, the card loads usually go on Eli's card. So you have to be really mindful of that. I don't like to be inconsiderate and wake up my co-driver to do card loads so that I could pay the lumper. But when I messaged them and had them put the money on my card to pay the lumper, and I got my pay stub, they reimbursed Eli for the lumper, even though I put my driver code on the receipt. They reimbursed Eli for the lumper, and they took the $65 out of my check. Granted, me and Eli are close, so I just told him, hey bro, they made a mistake and took the money from me, but they reimbursed it to you. So he just cashed at me the $65, no biggie. But everybody doesn't have that same relationship, or everyone isn't, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a spectrum to this. Like, I can understand why if you was to ask your co-driver, hey, look, they put the money that was supposed to go to me on your card, can you send it to me? It's not their fault that payroll screwed that one up. So, and sometimes people might not, you know, people might be green, Florida word. People might be, you know, jacked up, you know, they might not be, you might want to reconsider who you're teaming with if they don't even have the common decency to send you the money that belongs to you, rightfully so. So just be mindful of that. Always screen your stuff and keep payroll on speed dial. So that's that. And the last thing that I do want to talk about is, you want to, I'm not trying to say believe every rumor, but you want to, you want to keep your ear to the streets a little bit. You want to, if you know other drivers and you speak with them, you want to kind of take in what they say to you. I'm not saying run to other people and run your mouth, but I'm saying this because a lot of the times, if you don't know something, you just won't know it. Companies don't just go around telling you about the benefits of stuff. You got to find that stuff out on your own. It's been a lot of things that I told other drivers about that they didn't have any clue of. When I came to Prime in 2017, for example, they did not tell us about FMLA. They did not have us sign anything about FMLA. I came back to Prime in December 2019. They had paperwork about FMLA. You had to sign it and give it back stating that they informed you on FMLA. I don't know if they got in trouble. I don't know if there are some new laws in place saying that employers that fall under that FMLA spectrum are required to alert their employees of this benefit. And then for those who don't know what FMLA is, it's pretty much where you can take off up to 12 weeks of unpaid time off and still retain your job. But it's based on like something to do with medical. It has to have something to do with medical. I believe that fathers qualify for it. I'm not too sure of newborn parent of a newborn. I know mothers qualify for it when they have to leave to give birth. Just different serious health conditions, surgeries. You just have to let them know ahead of time. I believe you have to give them 30 days, and it goes through I think it goes through a separate company, but they have to approve it or disprove it, and your doctor has to sign the paperwork and send it back, and then they'll let you know whether your request was declined or not. But some of y'all might not know about that. Some of y'all that came here before, they've been given these little waivers. Another thing that Prime never spoke about until recently, when I first came to Prime, I was told 4 days max. I did tell y'all if you get in good with your dispatcher, you could squeeze out a 5th day, but for the most part, the company policy is for every week out, you get 1 day with a 4-day max. When I went through orientation in December 2019, they had CBTs up that I had never seen before. When I first came here, they didn't have all of these CBTs that they have now. They really didn't. So the new CBTs was talking about something called banked days, BANKED days, which is pretty much where if you stay out more than a 4-week period, you bank back the days extra on top of the 4-week period. And I don't think there's a limit to it. So, for example, if you stayed out 6 weeks, you get the 4 days max, and then you get the 2 days banked. So then the following home time, if you want to, you can only stay out for three weeks, and you can take off 4 days. They never told us about this. They don't tell us about this. Dispatch, whenever I did stay out for 8 weeks, and me and Eli had requested a while ago, when we teamed the first time, we had stayed out. I stayed out for 12 weeks, and I asked dispatch, can we take off 6 days They kind of had an issue with it, but they let it fly, but then sent out this mass message saying that if you stay out for more than 4 weeks and you can't complain about only taking 4 days off, if you want to take advantage of home time, then only stay out 3 to 4 weeks at a time. That's pretty much what we was told. They did not tell us that the days that you stayed out over the 4 weeks was banked. So if you didn't know, now you know. If you're a company driver, that's something else to pay attention to. So become Grandma certified by hitting the bell. Join the Grandma family by subscribing. Oh yeah, be the trucker. I'm catching up to you, man. I'll see y'all later.